Alright, what is up you guys? I'm here with the Royal Rumble pay-per-view DVD collection. We have a lot to go through here, so let's get right into this. This is my favorite yearly pay-per-view, so this is one I've been wanting to do for a long time. So, first up we have the Royal Rumble 2000. This was the first Royal Rumble DVD we have. So this is a 2000 release. But we have, on the cover here, you have a green WWF logo, which is cool. And then your front artwork. So for this one we had the first ever tag team tables match. Love that, with the Hardys and the Dudleys. You had the 30-man Rumble, of course. And then Triple H versus Cactus Jack in the street fight. Very good match. And we do have an insert, which is nice. We have a good number of inserts in this, thankfully, in this collection. Next up we have the Royal Rumble 2001. You have Stone Cold up front. You know, a lot of people say that this is the greatest Royal Rumble. And, you know, this one is up there. I think 92, 2001, you know, those two are ones that really stand out. But we have the women's title, tag team title. You have Chris Benoit versus Chris Jericho in the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. You have Kurt Angle versus Triple H for the WWE title. And, of course, your Royal Rumble match. So, this is a very rare DVD. So, if you can get this one, I'll definitely pick that one up. Next up, we have the Royal Rumble 2002. You have, like, the Rock pose as the cover. So, pretty cool cover. We had Chris Jericho versus The Rock for the undisputed WWF title. You had Vince McMahon versus Ric Flair in the street fight. And then your 30-man Rumble match there. It actually tells you all the entrants. So, 3.5 hour runtime. So, you know, the older ones were always a little heavier on extras. And then you have your insert there. In 2003, you have Triple H on the front here, and we have the 2003 spine, you can see. But this one's really well known for Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle, possibly the greatest Royal Rumble match of all time. In some people's eyes. Very good match. And then you had Triple H versus Scott Steiner for the World Heavyweight title. And one of the worst matches in Rumble history. And then, of course, we have the Royal Rumble match itself, leading into WrestleMania 19. My favorite event. So, it's 2003. Next up, we have the forgotten 2004 Royal Rumble event. You have John Cena on the front. And then we have the Raw and SmackDown logos there. Dual brand show. We had Rey Mysterio and Jamie Noble Cruiserweight title. Brock Lesnar versus Hardcore Holly for the WWE title. And then Triple H versus Shawn Michaels World Heavyweight Championship Last Man Standing match. Great match. And then, of course, the Royal Rumble. Won by Chris Benoit. And that's really the reason why this Rumble is very overlooked. But what this one started doing is actually tells you the entrance, and then whether they were on Raw or SmackDown. So that's pretty cool. But in my opinion, another great Rumble. And then we have 2005 here. You have like the Raw and then SmackDown gimmick here. Very cool. And this one is the kind of best known for the botched ending with John Cena and Batista, where they had to restart it. Vince tore both his quads, so makes for a fun moment. You have Shawn Michaels and Edge. You have a casket match. You have JBL, Kurt Angle, and Big Show, triple threat WWE title. And then Triple H versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight title. And then your 15 Raw and 15 SmackDown superstars for the Royal Rumble. And they still do the entrant numbers. And good bit of extras. Next up, we have 2006 with the McMahon family up there, the McMahon dynasty, if you want to call it that. And we had John Cena versus Edge for the WWE title, Kurt Angle and Mark Henry for the World Heavyweight title, and then the 30-man over-the-top Battle Royal Rumble match. And, you know, the legend goes that Randy Orton was supposed to win this and then go on to face Kurt Angle. And very early on, Randy Orton was supposed to face Batista at WrestleMania. But, you know, after Eddie's death, they had Rey Mysterio win it. Kind of cashing in on that publicity. Alright, next up we have 2007. This is the Blockbuster edition, which is 2 discs, which comes with the extra bonus disc full of features and extra match and all that. But we had Bobby Lashley and Test, Batista and Mr. Kennedy World Heavyweight title. Very good match. Last Man Standing, John Cena and Umaga. Love that match. One of my all-time favorite Rumbles. And you had the epic ending of the Royal Rumble match with Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. That's probably my favorite Royal Rumble moment, was just that confrontation at the end. Very cool artwork on that one. I really like this event. Next up we have Royal Rumble 2008. This was also released in one of the tins, like the little pay-per-view tins here. So if you have that one, it's awesome. So that you've returned to Madison Square Garden since 2000. And then we have Chris Jericho and JBL, Edge and Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton, Ric Flair and MVP, and then your Rumble match, of course. Opening this one up. You know, pretty cool artwork on this one. I like it. I think this is a very good event as well. We had a few good Rumbles like in a row here. And 2009, very cool cover artwork for this one. This was also released in a steelbook, so that's cool as well. But we had JBL versus John Cena World Heavyweight title, Jeff Hardy versus Edge for the WWE title, and then your Rumble match. And this one's well known for RVD's surprise entrance, and then the Hardys, Matt turning on Jeff. So there's your disc artwork. Next up we have 2010. Very cool cover here. You know, going into the PG era a little bit more here. But got the Eco cases. So pretty big shift in the DVDs here. But we have The Miz versus MVP, Christian versus Ezekiel Jackson, Undertaker and Rey Mysterio World Heavyweight title. You have the women's title. Then you have Sheamus versus Randy Orton for the WWE title. And then, of course, your Royal Rumble match. And you do get a pretty cool extra with Bret Hart's return. And pretty cool artwork. I am the one was the tagline there. Alright. Let's put these so they don't fall over there. So 2011, the biggest Royal Rumble match in history. That's about to change. They just announced the 50-man Rumble in, Saudi Arabia? To me, it's kind of a waste. Why not just do the 50-man in the 2019? But, so yeah, this was the first ever 40-man Rumble. We had Edge and Dolph Ziggler. Very underrated match. The Miz and Randy Orton. Then Fatal 4-Way Divas Championship match. And some goodies in here. You have the pay-per-view schedule for 2011. I always like having those. It's very cool. Next up, we have the 25th anniversary in 2012. You have Sheamus there. This is when they started spoiling your winners. But decent cover artwork. We had Steel Cage match. Daniel Bryan, Mark Henry, and Big Show. CM Punk versus Dolph Ziggler. John Cena and Kane. And then your Rumble match. I still think Chris Jericho should have won this one. That's just my opinion. And there's your disc artwork. I know Sheamus only won for shock value. That's a fact, which is sad. In 2013, we saw the return of The Rock to challenge CM Punk for the WWE title. We have the Finally tagline. But we have CM Punk and The Rock, of course. Your 30-man Rumble match. And then Del Rio versus Big Show in the Last Man Standing match. Very predictable Rumble, but very cool artwork there on the disc. I really like that. But yeah, like I said, very predictable, very telegraphed. And the only Blu-ray I have here for the Rumble pay-per-views, 2014. Great extras on this. Definitely get this one on Blu-ray. We have CM Punk's final cover appearance. And this one's infamous for Batista. taking Daniel Bryan's spotlight to fans at least. I wouldn't say it was taking a spotlight. I would just say I think it was a work and very well done. I like the product, and of course we had Daniel Bryan winning in the end anyway. So to me, there's nothing to complain about. But we had Brock Lesnar and Big Show, John Cena and Randy Orton, and then Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt. So there's your Blu-ray. Another famous one, 2015. Yeah, this one not so good. But we had a great triple threat match with Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, and John Cena. Fantastic match. And then even, you had The Rock appear at the end for Roman. But, it is what it is. It wasn't even that good of a Rumble match, honestly. But we do get a Sting card, so that's always a plus. Next up, we have Royal Rumble 2016. You have Triple H on the front there. I wonder who won. And very rare Vince McMahon cover appearance nowadays. Like that. Very cool back on here, too. And then, of course, this one's best known for AJ Styles making his debut. You can see there. But we had Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose. Then we had, for the the second time ever. Maybe it's the third. I think it's the third time ever. No, second time ever. Since 1992, we have the WWE title being defended in the Rumble. For some reason, I was thinking Vince won it in 99. He did win it, but not the title. So, there you have it. Next up, we have Royal Rumble 2017. This was the introduction of the 4-hour show and the 2-disc release. So you have Randy Orton up top there, once again spoiling it. But this was held in the Alamo Dome, kind of a reflection of the 97 Rumble. But we had Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns for the Universal title, John Cena and AJ Styles, one of the best matches of the year. Phenomenal match, no pun intended. And then we had a pretty decent Rumble. I didn't agree with the booking. Have all your part-timers come out at the end. It's supposed to be random, so but it was still a good Rumble. And then the Undertaker Fathead sticker and a Rock card. So, pretty cool stuff. Alright, and finally we have the 2018 Rumble. The first ever Women's Rumble match, won by Asuka. And then you have your triple threat match up top, Braun Strowman, Kane, and Brock Lesnar. And you also did get a very, very good Rumble match for the men's. The men's. For the men, the men's Rumble match, very good, very well done. So, this was also a 2-disc release. You can see here, we have a John Cena card. So, I thought this was honestly the best Rumble we've had in a long time. So definitely go out and get this one for sure. So that about does it. There's your entire collection in 14 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think of the Rumble. This has been the DVD Freak. Peace out.